Good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time of day it for you. My name is Justin Coolip, and a whole host of names that you've always heard me joke about and always going to continue to joke about. And today we're here to talk about realities sealed from light and darkness. So this kind of came about because the discussion about Quadratum being fictional, or there being a fictional universe in general, really prompted this question to come up. And I came to the conclusion, and this is one of my many theories, that Quadratum might be completely sealed. Sealed on both in the realm of darkness and the realm of light, forcing it to the dark side of Kingdom Hearts. And this kind of leans into that one side, two side, the two sides of Kingdom Hearts video that I did previously. Because of that, this might not be able to ever be reawakened to the forces of light or darkness. Instead, they have to focus on their technology. Now, this comes around for a couple of questions, and we'll get into a little bit more things here in a moment. But everyone in that trailer is screaming like they've never seen this before. If this was a situation like Verum Rex's, where you have giant mecha fighting in the street, I don't think a giant Heartless or Karmaless or whatever that thing's going to be called, the dark side, would be so surprising. So everyone's running like a giant monster, a giant kaiju running through the streets is a new thing. And that right there means that they probably haven't had anything like this in a long time. Which leads me to ask, if they've been sealed, how long have they been sealed? Because if we take a look at it as a broader idea, worlds, or even this side of reality, might even have its own age of fairy tales, completely separate from the light side of Kingdom Hearts, which has its own age of fairy tales. This side may have had it as well. But what I really think is interesting, and I was thinking about this part the most recently, it's because I was thinking about Union Cross and Cynical's recent video about the disappointing Last Worlds. This reality may have had Keyblades at one point. They may have had the magical swords that are really more like clubs. And that kind of leads us to ask, could this reality have had a Keyblade War? And more importantly, couldn't the Victorious have chosen to seal their powers instead of realizing that how fruitless it is to try and divide it to light and dark? It's easier to seal it all away and to separate the worlds. That way, none of this stuff comes back over and over again. And it leads further into the deeper and deeper thoughts about just that subject alone. But a couple of things I wanted to point out, because we're going to be seeing the trailer today. I thought I had recorded footage, but it's an unacceptable type for Premiere. So I have to re-record actually this video and more footage, but I'll record the footage later for the next video. Mom still does. If that is Mom with his hands behind his back, then more than likely, that person standing next to him is not Lushu. And I say it's not Lushu because he doesn't have the Keyblade out, and neither one of them does. So it makes me question if Lushu still has his Keyblade, and if he just hasn't had a chance to give it back to Mom yet. Which, a lot like Donald and Goofy, he could be trying to find a way to cross over while being in possession of No Name. He might find a different god of death, or god of an underworld, or just some type of passage in general. That'll let him cross over, that he knows about that no one else does. Now, since we were talking about no name, let's talk about the X Blade or Chi Blade or whatever it's being called these days. To unseal a world like this, to allow darkness and light to come in, assuming it hasn't slipped through the cracks through like Sora, through Mom, who might have one of the willful darknesses in them. I think if he does want to unseal the world, it probably requires the Masters, not just himself, but all the Masters, and the X-Blade. I personally think that however they're going to do this, however they're going to try and unseal this reality, if it is a sealed reality, because that's the way I kind of see it right now, as sealed away from lightness and darkness. To unseal it, to allow the willful darknesses to arrive here, it requires the X-Blade, which he didn't have that we know about. And although Sora, our team is going to win the day in the end, he's ultimately going to lose the X-Blade, and it will fall into the possession of Mom, somehow. Or the X-Blade will simply be destroyed and we have a repeat. But I don't think they're going to try and redo that part of it. I think what's going to happen is we're going to see that it's going to fall into the hands of Mom, and then Mom is going to do whatever he's going to do. But with that said, that's pretty much the theory. The world is sealed. The Quadratum is sealed away. It's not just arbitrarily gone. And there's also the light side, dark side theory, which kind of gets into it. But yeah, there's a lot here. With that said, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time of day it is for you. And I hope to see you guys all on the next video. And if you want to, I don't think you have to, like, subscribe, comment, all that YouTube stuff. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time of day is for you, and may joy be to every last one of you.